Chapter 51. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The battle was about to begin. Lin Haoran's eyes blazed with fighting spirit. He had a ghost of SSS-level, an SS-level, 2S-level, and a mysterious one of unknown power. How could he fear a mere elite boss? Alright, everyone, get ready. Careful, this boss is tough. Lin Haoran gripped his ghost-killing gun, green lightning flashing in his eyes, and spoke to his ghosts in a deep voice. Yes, father, little Lei Ming nodded, black energy swirling around him. Underworld, open, as little Lei Ming spoke, the negative third-floor tomb transformed into a space filled with black fog. Countless wisps of black fog became evil spirits, intertwining around the zombie king general, absorbing its power and feeding it back to little Lei Ming. Roar! The zombie king general felt its power draining and roared. It swung its massive palm, trying to swat the annoying ghosts, but it couldn't touch them, no matter how hard it tried. That was the terrifying reality of rule-based abilities. Awoo! Enraged, a bloodthirsty red light flashed in the zombie king general's eyes. It glared at little Lei Ming. It knew that these annoying ghosts were caused by this little pest. Dragging its giant sword, it charged towards little Lei Ming. Boom, boom, boom. The zombie king general's heavy body shook the entire tomb. Ding-ling-ling-ling. Without hesitation, Lin Haoran shook the ghost-suppressing bell in his hand. The zombie king general felt a moment of disorientation, but quickly recovered. The ghost-suppressing bell's effect on the elite boss was too weak. After all, it was only a sea-level ghost item, but Lin Haoran was ready for that. He retrieved the ghost-suppressing bell and yelled to the soul-eating crow ghost. Silly duck, control it for me. Everyone else, focus fire on its head. Duck, duck. The soul-eating crow ghost didn't glare at Lin Haoran this time. It might be a little dumb, but it wasn't brain-dead. It knew this was an important moment to fight the boss. The soul-eating crow ghost opened its black hole-like mouth and unleashed a soul-shattering cry at the charging zombie king general. Duck, duck. A terrifying, mysterious, invisible force slammed into the zombie king general. Roar! The zombie king general paused, feeling like its soul had been struck by a hammer, and let out a cry of pain. Crackle! Xiao Leiming and Lin Haoran sprang into action. Countless bolts of green lightning surged from their bodies like electric snakes. Xiao Leiming instantly conjured a green lightning spear in his hand, activating the judgment spear ability. Eat this! Xiao Leiming was enveloped in black mist and lightning, a spark of electricity in his eyes. The lightning spear shot towards the zombie king general. Lin Haoran, wielding an A-level ghost reggae gun, was crackling with blue lightning, channeling it into the tip of the gun. Crackling. Thunder rolled as the reggae gun crackled with terrifying power. Lin Haoran, like the god of thunder, charged towards the zombie king general, using the reggae gun's ability, reggae kill. The sword ghost, holding the ghost-killing sword, wreathed in ghost energy, also rushed towards the howling zombie king general. Little Lei Ming's judgment spear was the first to strike. A thunderous sound erupted. The spear, like a lightning bolt, slammed into the zombie king general's helmet. Boom! A deafening explosion echoed. Crack, crack. A crack appeared on the zombie king general's helmet. The zombie king general stumbled backward from the impact. Roar! It roared in fury, but the attack wasn't over. The sword ghost appeared before the zombie king general. It leapt up, the ghost-killing sword flashing with a black light. Bang! The sword ghost activated Ghost Sword Slash. A metallic clang rang out as sparks flew from the zombie king general's helmet. The crack on the helmet widened slightly. The zombie king general's helmet was tough, like a turtle shell. Little Lei Ming's and the sword ghost's attacks hadn't broken through its defenses. This guy was really playing it safe, wearing such heavy-duty headgear. Break it! Lin Haoran saw that the cracks on the zombie king general's helmet were growing and roared. He gripped the reggae gun tightly, the gun's tip, crackling with blue lightning, thrust towards the crack in the zombie king general's helmet. Reggae kill. Boom! Thunder shook the tomb as the reggae gun pierced through the crack. P.S. Please give the author 5 stars. Thank you for your support. Chapter 52. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The broken metal pieces were just broken. Crack, crack. Then, a slow cracking sound, followed by a bang, that a chunk of metal clattered off the Zombie King General's helmet. A hole had ripped open on the left side, exposing a wrinkled face and one dark, deep-set eye. The helmet's defenses were finally down. By now, the Zombie King General had shaken off the soul-crushing effect of the soul-devouring crow ghost, that a top-tier elite boss spirit, that with all stats boosted. Sure enough, its soul had toughened up too. While the soul-devouring crow ghost's attack still stung, that this general, a veteran of countless battles, snapped out of it with incredible willpower. From the moment the crow ghost attacked until he recovered, barely a second had ticked by. Even so, soul damage always weakens you. Roar, that the Zombie King General's bellow was deafening. A surge of dark energy blasted from his body, and black mists billowed up from the ground. He was about to unleash something huge. Hey, bird brain! What are you waiting for? Give him another shriek. Lin Haoran, knowing what was coming, yelled at the soul-devouring crow ghost. Gaga gaga. The soul-devouring crow ghost sounded pathetic, its voice raspy as it squawked back. Its soul crow cry was seriously OP, but it had a major drawback. After one use, it needed a breather. It had to wait for its soul energy to recharge before firing again. Otherwise, what kind of game would this be if all you did was spam that one skill? Basically, it had a cooldown. Right now, the soul-devouring crow ghost's soul crow cry was on a 50-second cooldown, not super long, not super short, but in a boss fight like this, 50 seconds can feel like an eternity. If it ranked up to SS tier, though, that cooldown would shrink big time. Seriously? Of all times to choke. Lin Haoran got the cooldown info via the soul contract. And instantly cursed under his breath. Roar. Right then, the Zombie King General boss roared again, and dark, gaping holes ripped open in the ground all around them. Roar, 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 a chorus of snarls echoed up from the holes. Then, ghost soldiers, all withered skin, sharp teeth, and blood-soaked swords, crawled out. 1, 2, 10, 100. The platform became a writhing mass of ghastly soldiers, their eyes burning with a bloodthirsty hunger. As they fixed their gaze on Lin Haoran and his crew, this was the Zombie King General boss's special ability, summoning ghost soldiers. Lin Haoran's left eye, the reincarnation ghost eye, instantly fed him intel on the new arrivals. Name, Underworld Ghost Soldier, summoned. Rank, C. Type, Physical. Level, 6. Abilities. Vampire Knife, attacks with a ghost blade that drains blood. Each hit siphons off the enemy's life force. Ghost info, these soldiers, summoned by the elite Zombie King General from the underworld, aren't strong, but they are numerous and utterly relentless. They'll fight to the death. Description, what are you looking at? I'll cut you and bleed you dry. Lin Haoran breathed a sigh of relief. Just regular grunt ghosts. He was almost happy. He had little Lei Ming. He was practically begging for a group brawl. The little lightning was nothing but free ghost crystals. Roar, the Zombie King General elite boss roared, brandishing his greatsword and bellowing a battle cry. The entire ghost army surged toward Lin Haoran and company in a terrifying wave. Little Lei Ming, these crispy critters are all yours. Lin Haoran, eyeing the oncoming horde, shouted to little Lei Ming. Yes, father. Xiao Lei Ming responded with respect, and a surge of blue lightning erupted from his body. Crackle. Supported by the electrical surge, Xiao Lei Ming slowly floated into the air. His white hair flowed, blue lightning crackled around him, and he looked like the god of thunder made flesh. Black ghosts kept drilling into Xiao Lei Ming's body, underworld energy leeching off the Zombie King General and his soldiers. And powering up Xiao Lei Ming. The longer it went on, the weaker they became, and the stronger Xiao Lei Ming got. The sudden surge of ghost soldiers was practically a buffet for him. Right now, Xiao Lei Ming's stats were insane, and with the boost from the A-rank Ghost Thunder Ghost Bead, the lightning lashing around him writhed and hissed like electric snakes. Get wrecked, you bunch of ants. Little Lei Ming roared with childish bluster, but his cute face took away most of the menace. Crackle. Countless bolts of green lightning transformed into electric snakes and slammed into the charging ghost soldiers. Boom, boom, boom. The lightning was dense and unrelenting, like an electric fence. The lightning fried the extremely lean ghosts. Arg! The ghost soldiers screamed in agony. As the lightning blasted their bodies into charred husks. The air filled with the stench of burning flesh. And soon the husks turned to black gas and dissipated, leaving only ghost crystals behind. One strike wiped out most of the Zombie King General's summoned army, the stragglers that were quickly taken care of by Lin Haoran and the Sword Ghost. Now, only the Zombie King General stood there, looking utterly humiliated. Chapter 53. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The Zombie King, a high-level boss and general, looked at the ghost crystals scattered on the ground, clearly puzzled. A twitch flickered at the corner of his mouth. He was pissed. I finally pulled out all the stops, you know, a real showstopper, summoning my backup, and you just dogpile me like this. I have a reputation to maintain, people. That the Zombie King General felt wronged, a flush rising on his decaying cheeks, anger blazed in his eyes as he roared. Rarg! A surge of spectral energy erupted from his body, enveloping his massive sword. The huge blade, like a chunk of meteorite iron, was gripped in both his hands. And he slammed it down. Boom! The impact was deafening, blasting a deep crater into the ground. A wave of raw energy raced towards Lin Haoran and the others. This was another one of the elite boss's signature moves, giant sword slam. The concentrated spectral energy crackled around the massive sword, delivering a devastating blow, capable of splitting rivers and leveling mountains. A truly terrifying attack. Everyone, scatter. That's the boss's giant sword slam. Lin Haoran knew what the boss was capable of and was ready. Seeing the Zombie King General's movements, he knew what was coming. And he yelled a warning to his ghosts. He dove for cover, narrowly avoiding the Zombie King General's attack. Caw! 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 The soul-eating crow ghost nearly lost it, flapping its wings like crazy to get airborne. Little Lei Ming and the Sword Ghost, being the fastest, were already out of range. Boom! 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 The shockwave pulverized the surrounding stonework, sending debris flying and carving out a huge pit. Lin Haoran scrambled to dodge the shrapnel, but the fragments were too thick. And he took some hits. Alright, gang, let's focus fire. Hit the exposed part of his face with everything you've got. Lin Haoran skidded to a halt, channeling ghostly energy, and shouted to his ghost team. You got it, boss. Little Lei Ming roared, crackling with blue lightning, and conjured another judgment spear. Hey, big guy, eat this. The kid hurled the lightning spear with a childish war cry. Aiming for the Zombie King General's exposed eyes. Whoosh! Crackle! With a thunderous boom, the judgment spear shot like a bolt of lightning. Straight at the Zombie King General, but the Zombie King General, having learned from past mistakes, was ready. Rayarg! He roared, raising his giant sword as a shield. Boom! 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 The lightning spear slammed into the Zombie King General's blade. Creating an ear-splitting explosion. The heavy sword buckled under the force, radiating intense heat. The power of Xiao Lei Ming's underworld domain buff was obvious. And the boss's stats were steadily decreasing while Xiao Lei Ming's continued to climb. Rayarg! The Zombie King General's hands were numb from the impact. Forcing him back a step, roaring in frustration, he could feel his power fading, and impatience began to set in. That was when the Sword Ghost attacked. Channeling spectral energy into his razor-sharp sword, he slashed at the Zombie King General's greatsword, Ghost Sword Slash. Clang! The Sword Ghost strike crashed against the Zombie King General's blade, metal on metal, sparks flying. The force of the blow deflected the Zombie King General's sword, exposing his left, helmetless eye. Crackle! At that moment, Lin Haoran, wreathed in lightning, appeared before the Zombie King General, his reggae gun crackling with power. He leaped, bringing the weapon down on the exposed eye. Time to die. Reggae kill. Lin Haoran soared through the air, face flushed, eyes blazing with deadly intent, roaring. The reggae gun, charged with his lightning, plunged into the Zombie King General's eye. This reggae kill was a desperate move, almost draining his lightning and strength. The gun's head buried itself deep in the Zombie King General's skull. Boom! 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 Blue lightning tore through the Zombie King General's brain. Rayarg! The Zombie King General screamed in agony, black blood gushing from the wound. A gruesome sight. Lin Haoran quickly pulled his reggae gun free, scrambled to safety, and watched the boss clutch his eye. As the Zombie King General roared in fury, Lin Haoran's forehead dripped with sweat, panting heavily. The reggae kill had taken everything he had, but he'd landed the shot. Is he finally done? Lin Haoran stared at the Zombie King General, now kneeling, his breath shallow. He whispered anxiously. P.S. Thanks for the gifts from the readers. Please vote and review. Chapter 54. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The Zombie King General was a broken, lifeless mess, but Lin Haoran, playing it safe, yelled, "Hey, Xiao Lei Ming, give him another shot." Hearing that, the Zombie King General, already on his last legs, took his final breath. He glared at Lin Haoran with pure hatred, and then finally kicked the bucket. Boom! The Zombie King General's huge body crashed to the ground, sending up a cloud of dust. Even in death, his eyes were locked on Lin Haoran, as if cursing him to be barren. Seriously? I'm an elite boss. Can't you give me a little respect? You gotta shoot me again. Arsenic has nothing on you. Just then, a raspy system notification chimed in Lin Haoran's ears. Ding dong. Congratulations. You've cleared the hidden dungeon, General's Tomb. The dungeon is now officially open to Novice Village 4. Ding dong. Congratulations. You've earned a server-wide announcement. Do you want to reveal your nickname? Ding dong. Congratulations. First clear of the General's Tomb. Reward, A-rank Ghost, Ghost Giant Sword. A-rank Ghost, Evil Ghost Armor. Multiple system alerts made Lin Haoran grin from ear to ear. Hide nickname. Lin Haoran chose to keep his name under wraps. Staying low-key is in my blood. Time to stack that paper quietly. Ding dong. A booming voice echoed across the entire Doomsday Weird Online Game for every player to hear, sending the server into a frenzy again. Ding dong. Congratulations to player for discovering and clearing the hidden dungeon, General's Tomb in Novice Village 4. This dungeon is now open to all players in Novice Village 4. Enter solo or as a team to earn big rewards. Congratulations on winning the world reward, Ghost Killing Reputation, 100 points. S-rank Ghost, Ghost Killing Sword. Ghost Treasure, Innate Sword Embryo. Ding dong. Congratulations to player for discovering and clearing the hidden dungeon, General's Tomb in Novice Village 4. Point 3 earth-shattering announcements resounded throughout the game, leaving everyone speechless. Jealousy, envy, shock, a storm of emotions swept through the player base, and the world chat channel exploded. Fiangyang is me, whoa. It's that boss again. An S-rank ghost? That's insane. Suckers must die. S-rank ghost is cool and all, but that ghost treasure is where it's at. This guy just hit the jackpot. Yenwang, bro. Message me ASAP. I'm the leader of the Yenwang Hull Guild. I'm offering you a Hull Master position, 100k a month, just give me that reward. Damei, whoa. A surprise mega whale. Yenwang in the house. 6,666. This dude just got lucky, straight to the top. Shuiba Tianxia, LOL. This guy's probably just some spoiled rich kid. What's with all the flexing? Bro, give me that reward, I'll wire you 200k right now. Emperor June, 250,000. Miyamoto Musashi, 260,000. Xiao Risher I fuck your sister, damn. This guy actually made bank. This game's a goldmine. One piece of gear sells for hundreds of thousands. Everyone's an idiot. 18 centimeters man, dying of laughter. It's just a game, you bunch of losers. Hopeless. The chat channel went nuts with high rollers from the leaderboard flooding Lin Haoran with offers to buy his system rewards. In his past life, Lin Haoran would have sold it in a heartbeat. Hundreds of thousands could cover a down payment on a house in a smaller city in the real world. He would have jumped at the chance. But this time, even if they offered him 100 million, Lin Haoran wouldn't budge. Once the Doomsday Weird Online Game merged with reality, money, the dog turns his nose up at cash. It's not even worth a stale roll, so they were barking up the wrong tree, though they didn't know it. Right now, Lin Haoran was happily scooping up the ghost crystals scattered on the ground. These were from the ghost soldiers summoned by the Zombie King General. There were about 100 of them. He shoved them all into his system backpack, then grabbed the fist-sized ghost crystal dropped by the boss himself. The boss didn't drop anything else. Apparently, the system had given him the sword and armor as a special bonus. As Lin Haoran finished collecting the Zombie King General's ghost crystals, the system chimed in. Ding dong. You have cleared the dungeon. You are now being teleported out. Whoosh. Before Lin Haoran could react, his vision went black. In an instant, Lin Haoran was standing on the flat ground outside the dungeon. The entrance to the general's tomb had transformed into a swirling ball of light. A few large words were plastered on the side. General's Lair Dungeon. Chapter 55. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The old man died in a car wreck, so, anyone can jump into this dungeon, but Lin Haoran figured he was the only one who could solo it. That elite Zombie King General boss was decked out in full armor, making him tough to crack. Even with a team, that boss had the nasty habit of summoning ghost soldiers, plus a massive sword slash that could mess you up. Seriously OP. But Lin Haoran? He was even more messed up. He cleared that dungeon all by himself. Lin Haoran checked the time. Man, it was late, past 9 p.m. Crap. Gotta finish up, log off, and grab some food. Or I'm gonna run out of gas. Lin Haoran muttered to himself and quickly logged out, back in his real-world rental. Growl. Grumble. RRR. Lin Haoran yanked off his gaming helmet, and his stomach started sounding like a starving beast. He was seriously hungry, feeling weak and shaky. Lin Haoran got out of bed, chugged a big glass of water, threw on some clothes, and headed out. He hit up a diner, and ordered a beef and radish stew, some fried mackerel and fish sauce, shredded pork with green peppers, and black chicken soup. Hey, he had the cash. Might as well treat himself right. A few minutes later, the food arrived. Lin Haoran was practically dying of hunger, so he dug in. At the next table, a group of 20-somethings were buzzing about something. Dude, I heard someone got offered 300 grand for an item in the game. You believe that? Totally true. It's that lucky bastard from the system announcement today. Seriously, if that was me, I'd sell it in a heartbeat, buy a sweet ride, and be drowning in chicks. Holy crap. This game is insane. Land a killer item, and you're rolling in dough. Yeah, that's why this game's blowing up. You can actually make money. Now, those gaming helmets are selling for like 60 grand a piece. Highway robbery. Let's eat. Gotta level up. I'm already level 4. What about you? Me too. Almost level 5. Heh heh. Lin Haoran overheard the chatter, and his lips twitched. Wait, are they talking about me, the guy who stumbled on some crazy good luck? Lin Haoran rolled his eyes, ignored them, and got back to his food. Chow time. Food coma, here I come. Man, I love food. So good after playing. Lin Haoran went straight back to his rental after eating, took a shower, and realized it was already 11 p.m. Lin Haoran crashed and was out cold. The night passed without incident. Lin Haoran got up early, scarfed down some breakfast, and couldn't wait to slap on his gaming helmet and dive back into the game. Gotta check those sweet rewards from yesterday. I'm so hyped. In the game, Lin Haoran's avatar materialized just outside the dungeon entrance. The place was swarming with players, probably all hoping to clear the dungeon. Lin Haoran chuckled. With the players' current levels, that was a suicide mission. Lin Haoran ignored them and opened his system backpack to see what he'd won. 4 items, a giant sword, armor, a ghost sword, and a super rare ghost treasure. First up was the giant sword, bronze-colored, 6.5 feet long, over a foot wide, and 2 inches thick. It was a beast. Most players couldn't even budge it, let alone swing it. Lin Haoran used his reincarnation ghost eye to check out the stats. Name, ghost giant sword. Type, A rank ghost. Effect, a bronze giant sword with crazy destructive power. Unleash a powerful giant sword slash with enough force to split rivers and level mountains. Giant sword slash channels ghost energy into the blade for devastating attacks that inflict massive damage. Ghost lore, the weapon of a general. Countless souls perished by this blade, infused with ghost energy, and became ghosts themselves. Lin Haoran's eyes went wide. This is a good one. It even had the Zombie King General Boss's signature giant sword slash. He'd seen that move in action, definitely badass, Lin Haoran kept scrolling. Next up was the armor. Lin Haoran had never seen armor like this. It was all black, with an evil ghost design on the chest. Super intimidating. Name, evil ghost armor. Type, A rank ghost. Effect, incredible defense. Absorbs damage for the wearer and enables the evil ghost roar skill. Evil ghost roar, summons a phantom to unleash a deafening roar that damages enemies and causes them to be stunned. Ghost lore, a wicked blacksmith melted human bones and iron together to forge this armor. Lingering resentment created this haunted armor. Lin Haoran was stoked. Isn't this the Zombie King General's armor? But this armor was way cooler than the boss version, plus it had a crowd control skill. Lin Haoran was sold. He slapped that evil ghost armor on, black hair, black armor, wielding a reggae gun, and those intense eyes. Straight up main character material. A bunch of players were checking out Lin Haoran's gear. Dude. What's up with that guy's gear? It's so sick. Hot. I wonder if he has a girlfriend. Badass and sexy. Hey, wanna sell that? I'll give you $1,000. I gotta look cool, too. Seriously? You can tell it's fake, duh. Just a fashion thing. Doesn't matter. I gotta know where you got it. I'm buying a set. The players were buzzing. Lin Haoran glanced at them, and then walked away. Time to find somewhere quiet. P.S. New book alert. Author needs reviews, 5 stars only. Thanks, everyone. Chapter 56. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The old man was stoked. Lin Haoran found a little patch of woods and let his sword ghost out to stand guard. Then, he focused on the remaining 2 prizes, a sword, and a glowing jade shaped like a sword. It was the S-rank ghost sword, and the ghost treasure, the innate sword embryo. Just hearing the names got Lin Haoran hyped. An S-rank ghost. In his past life, he wouldn't have even dreamed of it. Now, just a few days after the server went live, he'd snagged an S-rank ghost. Unbelievable. Lin Haoran pulled the ghost sword from his inventory. Buzz buzz buzz. The ghost sword vibrated, instantly catching the sword ghost's attention. Even though the sword ghost's face was hidden in black fog and he couldn't read its expression, Lin Haoran knew it had to be locked on the ghost sword in his hand. The ghost sword was a mix of black and white, good and evil, wrapped in ghostly aura, but with a touch of sharpness. It was about 5'3" long and 4 fingers wide, a slim, agile ghost sword. Lin Haoran's left eye, the reincarnation ghost eye, twitched. And a message popped into his head. Name, ghost sword. Type, S-rank ghost. Effect, the ghost sword grants the user blinding speed and can unleash the skill, Ghost Thorn. Ghost Thorn channels ghost energy into the sword, turning it into a high-speed spear that flashes across the battlefield, dealing massive damage. Ghost Info, the sword of a heartbroken female swordsman who committed suicide. Nurtured by ghost energy, it became a ghost. Lin Haoran's eyes widened. A sword that boosts speed? Rare as hell. In a fight between experts, speed is everything, plus, it comes with a killer skill. Sweet. Lin Haoran nodded, satisfied, and glanced at his last item, the one he was most excited about, the ghost treasure, innate sword embryo. Lin Haoran held a glowing jade stone in the shape of an ancient sword. Hypnotic, his reincarnation ghost eye instantly showed him the innate sword embryo's stats, name, innate sword embryo, ghost treasure, type, special ghost treasure, effect, can only be used by swordsman-type ghosts. It boosts their skills and potential. The better the swordsmanship, the greater the effect. Can even grant rebirth as an innate ghost sword fairy. Ghost info, a ghost treasure born from the world itself. Holds mysterious, awesome power. Whoa! Lin Haoran gasped. This thing was off the charts. His eyes lit up, and he glanced at the sword ghost. This is perfect for you. You could hit SS rank with this thing. Your power would jump like crazy. Lin Haoran thought excitedly. Talk about luck, you landed a top-notch master like me. Lucky you. Lin Haoran chuckled, nudging the sword ghost, and handed him the innate sword embryo. Here you go, eat this and get reborn. Totally reborn. Lin Haoran said seriously. The sword ghost was the first ghost he'd found. A B rank, but it had been lucky. The ghost embryo from the red-clad female ghost that had bumped it up to S rank, barely keeping pace with him. Then Little Thunder came along, and the sword ghost fell behind. For crowd control, Little Thunder and the soul-devouring crow ghost were way better. For single-target damage, Little Thunder's judgment spear was unmatched. Now, the sword ghost was just good for taking out smaller monsters. Limited, but now, with the innate sword embryo, Lin Haoran knew the sword ghost would change big time. He just knew it. The sword ghost's eyes, hidden in the black mist, flashed, locked on the innate sword embryo. It wanted it. Every cell in its body screamed for it to eat the thing. Its eyes, veiled by the black, stared at Lin Haoran, a trace of warmth in them. It reached out a slender hand and took the innate sword embryo, and swallowed it whole. Gurgle. The sword ghost closed its eyes, savoring the change in its body. Lin Haoran watched, nervous, curious, excited, and a little proud. He'd raised this ghost, from a B rank. He felt a bond with the sword ghost. Buzz buzz buzz. The sword ghost burst into light, emitting the ringing of swords. Swish swish swish. Tiny blades of sword energy appeared around the sword ghost, shredding the leaves to ribbons. Lin Haoran jumped back a few yards. Wouldn't want to get killed by his own ghost. The sword energy grew stronger, the light brighter, the ghost energy boiled, the sword energy shone like a rainbow. The sword ghost transformed. As Lin Haoran stared, a system notification rang in his ears. Ding! Congratulations! Your contracted ghost, sword ghost, has devoured the innate sword embryo and attained the innate ghost sword fairy body. Congratulations! Your contracted ghost, sword ghost, has become an SS rank ghost sword fairy. Ding! Your contracted ghost stats have changed. Please check them. Lin Haoran was speechless. He stood there, stunned, and blurted. Holy crap! Is this my rocket launch? Lin Haoran muttered in shock. Chapter 57. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The sword was stunning. Absolutely stunning. Ghost sword immortal. Asterisk buzz buzz buzz. Star. The white light around the sword ghost faded, the ghostly energy dissolving in the air. A figure materialized before Lin Haoran. Wait, a woman. It's a woman. Lin Haoran was speechless, completely floored by the sword ghost's appearance. He stood there, dumbfounded, eyes wide with disbelief, because standing before him was a female ghost. She wore a white dress that flowed like light gauze, over a long black skirt. A swirling mist of pale green smoke, tinged with the faint shimmer of sword energy, danced around her. Her long, black hair flowed like a waterfall to her waist. Her skin was as white as snow, her figure graceful. Her phoenix-shaped eyes blazed with an incredible sword intent. Her expression was icy and aloof, challenging anyone to meet her gaze. Her beauty was ethereal, as if carved from bone and jade. The sword ghost is actually a woman. No freakin' way. Gulp. Lin Haoran swallowed hard, staring at the woman and muttering to himself, he'd always just assumed the sword ghost was male. It was an unconscious assumption, but her face was always shrouded in darkness, and she'd never spoken. It was tough to know her gender. Nobody actually said she was a guy, but that's what he figured, and he never expected her to be so breathtakingly beautiful. While she looked a little different from his wife, the sword ghost possessed a celestial, almost otherworldly charm, a cool, elegant, sophisticated presence. It was a stark contrast to the sweet, queen-like style of the Yenho ghost. Emperor Lin Haoran was mesmerized, just standing there like an idiot. The sword ghost, no, ghost sword immortal, glanced at Lin Haoran. She noticed him staring. A strange flicker of pleasure sparked within her. She didn't understand why, but she liked him looking at her like that. Ghost sword immortal parted her lips slightly, and spoke for the first time. "Keep staring, and I'll pluck your eyeballs out." Her voice was exquisite, the voice of a true queen. Lin Haoran gave an awkward grin and said. "I'm just surprised. I always thought you were a dude." So you can talk." "Thought you were mute." Lin Haoran said, surprised. The ghost sword immortal rolled her eyes. "I just didn't feel like talking before." "Doesn't mean I can't." "Okay, whatever floats your boat." Lin Haoran threw up his hands. He then focused his reincarnation ghost eye and saw the ghost sword immortal stats. Name, ghost sword immortal. Potential, SS. Type, ghost immortal. Level, 9. Contract, equal contract. Loyalty, 100. Abilities. Innate ghost sword immortal body. Ghosts with this physique are natural swordsmen, possessing incredible swordsmanship comprehension and greatly enhanced sword skills. Sword control. The ghost sword immortal can control swords with her mind, capable of decapitating enemies from miles away. The higher the level, the greater the distance, speed, and power, all related to the level of the ghost sword. Immortal execution sword formation. The ghost sword immortal's ultimate technique requires 4 ghost swords to activate. The more and higher level ghost swords, the more powerful the formation becomes. Anyone trapped inside will die. It possesses ultimate destructive power. Ghost information. Originally a B-level ghost with exceptional sword skills, the ghost treasure's innate sword embryo transformed her into a rare ghost immortal with immense potential. Description. The ghost sword immortal appears from the west with a single sword. A chilling blade brings death. Her sword skills are unparalleled, a force to be reckoned with. Lin Haoran sucked in a breath, seeing the ghost sword immortal's profile. The temperature dropped several degrees. Strong. Freaking strong. This was a whole new level of ghost compared to before, truly a ghost sword immortal. Well deserved, totally deserved. A ghost immortal. I've never heard of that in either of my lives. Didn't expect ghosts like this existed. Learn something new every day. Maybe they existed in my past life, but I wasn't high-ranking enough to know. Lin Haoran was stunned. His last life's highest-ranked ghost was only A-level. There were no S-level ghosts, let alone anything like this. This world's a mystery. So much is unknown. Gotta stay humble. Lin Haoran reminded himself, then focused on the ghost sword immortal's 3 abilities. Each was more unbelievable than the last. He was getting pumped. 1 passive ability, the innate ghost sword immortal body, increased comprehension and sword skill power. The second was legendary sword control. Awesome. Did that mean she could fly on a sword? Or carry him? Amazing. Lin Haoran was ecstatic. And then there was the ghost sword immortal's ultimate move, the immortal execution sword formation. The more swords and the higher the level, the greater the power. If he collected thousands of S-level ghost swords, no one would stand a chance against her sword formation. Even true immortals might suffer. Lin Haoran was excited for the future. What are you thinking about? You look gross. The ghost sword immortal frowned. Lin Haoran snapped out of it, slightly embarrassed. He looked at her, serious, and said. I'm thinking about you. Wanna sign a soul contract with me? Chapter 58. You are listening at novelfull.audio. After hearing that, Ghost Sword Fairy immediately activated a soul array, appearing right in front of Lin Haoran. She fixed him with her piercing gaze and commanded, "Sign." Though her tone was cold, Lin Haoran could detect a slight tremor in her voice, a hint of excitement. He simply smiled, not calling her out on it, and promptly signed the soul contract. Ding dong, a system notification popped up. Player's contract with Ghost Sword Immortal has been altered to a master-servant soul contract. Player is the master, Ghost Sword Immortal is the servant. The system's grating voice echoed in Lin Haoran's ears, his eyes widened in surprise as he looked at Ghost Sword Immortal. Why a master-servant contract? I meant for it to be equal, that he never imagined she'd agree to such a thing. It meant she was handing her entire being over to him. If his soul died, her soul would also completely vanish. I like it. Ghost Sword Immortal merely glanced at him, stated calmly, and then fell silent, leaving Lin Haoran speechless. A warmth spread through him, though. He knew she truly trusted him. Otherwise, she wouldn't have agreed to such a contract. But then again, her loyalty was already maxed out, and he had given her an incredible opportunity. It wasn't entirely unexpected that she'd be devoted. These 2 ghost swords are for you. Lin Haoran retrieved the A-rank Ghost Giant Sword and the S-rank Ghost Spirit Sword from his inventory and offered them to her. Whether it was sword control or the Zhuxian sword formation, swords were essential. And the Zhuxian formation required at least 4 ancient ghost swords. He currently had 3, the Ghost Killing Sword, the Ghost Giant Sword, and the Ghost Spirit Sword. He needed just 1 more to unleash the Ghost Sword Fairy's most powerful ability. Tonight, I'll hit the official forums and put out a call for a ghost sword. Anything C rank or higher will do. He thought. Ghost Sword Fairy's eyes lit up at the sight of the 2 swords. She reached out a delicate hand and took them, a flicker of joy in her expression. The sword obsession hadn't changed. Lin Haoran couldn't help but smile. He then pulled out the ghost crystals he'd collected in the dungeon, about 100 level 6 crystals, plus 1 from the Zombie King General Elite boss. Both his ghosts and his own character were level 9, while his wife, the Yenho Ghost Emperor, had reached level 10. Lin Haoran decided to level himself up first to solidify his spot at the top of the rankings. If he could hold on for 2 more days, it would be a week, and he'd get that mysterious reward. He consumed the Zombie King General's Ghost Crystal, ding dong, star. Congratulations. You've leveled up. Your level is now 10, ding dong, star. As the first player to reach level 10, you have triggered the hidden quest, Hidden Ghost King. Visit the Novice Village Chief to accept the quest. Rich rewards await upon completion. The cascade of notifications left Lin Haoran stunned. A hidden quest? Now that's a show I want to see. A wide smile spread across his face. A free hidden quest. Sweet. He glanced back at his inventory. It was mostly empty, but in the corner, he spotted a piece of worn parchment. He remembered that, it was the initial perk he'd received upon entering the game, the parchment given to him by the system. It had been so long, he'd almost forgotten about it. He pulled out the parchment and viewed its description. Name, worn parchment. Effect, ignite it to be transported to a location with a powerful ghost. But be warned, a powerful ghost dwells there. Don't get eaten. His interest piqued. How powerful could it be? Just as he was about to light it, he overheard a group of players hurrying past. Let's hustle to Rock Slope. The Yama Palace Guild's taking another crack at the Cyclops boss. Let's go watch the fireworks. Last time, that boss sent the whole Yama Palace crew back to the newbie zone. Best laugh I've had in ages. Yeah. I wonder if they're gonna wipe again this time. Heard the Yama Palace Guild's rollin' deep this time, hundreds of with the King of Hell himself leading the charge. Rumor has it he's got a high-level ghost. They're supposed to be fully geared up this time, so they're sure to take the boss down. Damn. This is gonna be a spectacle. Let's go. Even if we don't get any sleep, we can still pick up scraps. That boss is bound to drop ghosts. Don't get your hopes up. The Yama Palace Guild's notorious for bullying solo players. Mess with them, and you'll get ganked right out of the game. The conversation gave Lin Haoran pause. Cyclops boss. The one he'd seen on the forums. Interesting. I love a good boss fight. A smile tugged at his lips. And this'll be a good chance to see if this King of Hell is the same King of Hell from my past life. If so, things are about to get interesting. A faint smile played on his lips as he tucked the parchment away and followed the group toward the boss. Chapter 59. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The old man beamed. Lin Haoran strolled to the road and casually checked the world rankings, specifically the ghost rankings. #1, SSS-level Yenho Ghost Emperor Contractor, nickname hidden. #2, SS-level Ghost Sword Fairy Contractor, nickname hidden. #3, SS-level Thunder Ghost King Contractor, nickname hidden. #4, S-level Soul Devouring Crow Ghost Contractor, nickname hidden. #5, S-level Tengu Ghost Contractor, Miyamoto Musashi. #6, S-level Evil Bone Ghost Dragon Contractor, Indian Asen. #7, S-level Daojun Ghost Contractor, Emperor. #8, S-level Green Giant Ghost Contractor, American Empire. #9, S-level Bull-Headed Ghost Contractor, Hades, Ghost Rankings. #1, S-level Ghost Sword, Holder, nickname hidden. #2, A-level Reggae Gun, Holder, nickname hidden. #3, A-level Reggae Beads, Holder, nickname hidden. #4, A-level Ghost Giant Sword, Holder, nickname hidden. #5, A-level Evil Ghost Armor, Holder, nickname hidden. #6, A-level Ghost Suppressing Spell, Holder, Hades. As for the level rankings, Lin Haoran was even further ahead, sitting pretty at level 10. The next highest level was only 7, in the qualification ranking. His 4 ghosts snagged the top 4 spots, and in the ghost ranking, they took the top 5, he was absolutely crushing it. But nobody suspected it was all him, it was just too unbelievable. A slight smirk played on Lin Haoran's lips, a glint in his eyes. He murmured to himself, once Doomsday Weird Online merges with reality, I'll be unstoppable. Li Shuai, your time's running out. Novice Village number 4, Rock Slope. Rock Slope was aptly named, it was nothing but rocky hills. At the mouth of a huge cave, a crowd of players had gathered, at least 500 strong. These were the members of the Yama Palace Guild. Nearby, the surrounding hillsides were also swarming with players, either there to watch the show or hoping to scavenge some loot. In front of the cave, the leader, about 5 feet 10 inches, was built like a brick house. You could tell he spent serious time at the gym. His sharp gaze looked menacing. This was Yama, president of the Yama Palace Guild and currently ranked 5th in the server. He was also the contractor of the Minotaur on the Ghost qualification ranking, making him a top-tier player. Of course, having deep pockets helped. Boss, everything set. Ready to pull the Cyclops boss. Next to Yama, a guy with a buzz cut addressed him respectfully. Yama glanced at the crowd of onlookers and told the buzz-cut guy, tell those freeloaders, anyone caught breaking the rules and trying to steal our kill, we'll camp them until they rage quit. Yama was determined to take down this Cyclops boss. First, it would restore his reputation after getting wiped out last time. Second, he could get the boss's ghost crystals to level up. Third, he could snag the ghosts dropped by the boss to strengthen his hand. It was a win-win-win. Solo players butting in when the boss was almost dead would be a huge pain. He needed to put the fear of God into these pests. He knew most of them were there hoping to snipe the kill. Yes, sir. The buzz-cut guy nodded and headed to the back of the team, a fierce glint in his eyes. He yelled at the surrounding individual players. Listen up. This Cyclops boss is reserved for Yama Palace. It's going down tonight. Anyone who tries to steal it or freeload, our president has authorized us to camp them until they quit the game, that he turned and walked away, acting like he didn't give a damn about the solo players. The players muttered amongst themselves, Yama Palace is so full of themselves, damn, they're just rich. Why so arrogant? Exactly. This is everyone's game, not just yours. Hey, calm down. It's just a game. Let them have it. It's more the principle of the thing, you know. Does money buy you everything? In this world? Pretty much. Whatever. Let's just watch. Some players were obviously ticked off, cursing Yama Palace under their breath, but they were careful not to be too loud. They weren't about to pick a fight, most of them were just there to see what happened. It was just a game, after all. No need to get worked up. Unseen by the crowd, a figure in black armor approached, his dark eyes fixed on Yama in front of the cave. A strange smile crept across his face as he murmured, well, look who it is. Yama. This was the same Yama who controlled a major territory in his past life. In the real world, he was a ruthless, hyper-competitive trust fund kid who couldn't stand anyone being better than him. Lin Haoran figured he wanted to kill the boss for the ghost crystal, to level up and surpass him. Even though they didn't interact much in his previous life, Lin Haoran knew what kind of guy he was. Last time, I was too weak to do anything. But this time. A flash of light ignited in Lin Haoran's eyes. I'm going to be the only one at the top. No one can stop me, not even you, King of Hell. Chapter 60. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Right then, every member of the Hades Guild had summoned their own spirit. Suddenly, a wild assortment of spirits materialized in front of the massive cave. There were skeleton spirits wielding machetes, Kuan spirits dribbling basketballs, hanged spirits dangling, and three-headed spirits glaring. All these spirits were D-level or higher, with over a dozen clocking in at C-level, around level 4 or 5, not a bad lineup at all, but the ones that really grabbed your attention were the two spirits bound to the King of Hell himself. One was a hulking figure, easily 8 feet tall, with a human body and a bull's head. Muscles rippled across his frame, and he gripped a black axe. He radiated an unholy aura, a true hellspawn. This was the bull-headed spirit from the spirit ranking, boasting an S-level rating. It used to be A-level, but it must have caught a lucky break and leveled up. The other spirit looked like a demon straight from hell, a human head atop a serpentine body, long arms ending in wicked claws, like some kind of snake demon. This was also one of the King of Hell's contracted spirits, an A-level spirit, the snake demon spirit. Both spirits were already at level 6. Holy crap, is that the S-level bull-headed spirit from the rankings? Yeah, and the King of Hell's got a second spirit, that snake demon from the rankings too. Gotta love pay to win, huh? You can just buy whatever you want. The King of Hell guild spirits are top tier across the board. These hundreds of players are all elites, and their levels are insane. Looks like the King of Hell guild's dead set on taking down this boss. Guess that's why they gave us the warning. This is gonna be good. I'm hoping they get their asses handed to them and get sent back to Noob Town. Dream on, they're clearly in it to win it this time. We'll see. Watching the spirits materialize, the unaffiliated players around them gasped. Their hearts burned with envy and resentment. The King of Hell's eyes gleamed, and he barked at his troops. Go, draw out the boss. Yes, sir. His minions, spirits at the ready, charged into the gaping maw of the cave. Moments later, an ear-splitting roar echoed from the depths. A terrified guild member sprinted out of the darkness. Then, the monster emerged. A hulking cyclops spirit boss lumbered out, a massive mace held high. In its free hand, it clutched a spirit, the one sent in to lure it out. Roar, the cyclops bellowed, sending a shockwave that washed over the Hades guild members. A foul stench filled the air, the breath of the cyclops, crunch, the cyclops crammed the spirit into its mouth, devouring it whole. Black blood dripped from its jaws, a truly horrifying sight. Lin Haoran, still concealed among the onlookers, used his reincarnation spirit eye to pull up the cyclops' stats. Name, Cyclops Spirit Elite Boss. Qualification, B. Type, physical, level, 8, abilities, giant strength, the Cyclops spirit possesses immense strength, mace smash, the Cyclops spirit slams its mace into the ground, creating a shockwave that damages and potentially stuns nearby enemies. Spirit info, a member of the Cyclops clan, his hatred lingered after death, brewing into a powerful Cyclops spirit elite boss. Savage, cannibalistic, and terrifyingly strong. Weakness, eyes. Description, here it comes. The mace is love. Can you handle it? Lin Haoran's eyes narrowed. This Cyclops spirit was an elite boss, boasting high stats and both crowd control and damage abilities. No wonder the Hades Guild got wiped out before. Let's see if Hades Guild has any tricks up their sleeve this time. A sly grin tugged at Lin Haoran's lips. Meanwhile, chaos erupted on the battlefield. Alright, everyone, let's move it. $500 for every death. Kill it. The king of hell unsheathed his long sword, gesturing towards the Cyclops spirit boss, and roared at his guild members. Kill. The Hades guild members went wild, unleashing their spirits on the Cyclops spirit boss. Boom. 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 Bang. 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 Hundreds of spirits swarmed the Cyclops, unleashing their attacks. Roar. The Cyclops spirit boss swung its massive mace, a deafening roar ripping from its monstrous maw. A single blow pulverized over a dozen spirits, turning them into gore. Black blood splattered across the ground. It was a bloodbath. P.S. Dear readers, would you leave me a 5-star review?